Bigotry is like farting. Bigotry is a very common thing. It's been around at least as long as there have been history books to talk about it, and it's probably been around for as long as there have been people. In some ways, going back to cave person days, it's been for protection, because it was used by people against other people they didn't know, people who might do them harm. At a time and place when all too often folks beat each other to death with rocks and big heavy sticks, it was not unreasonable to be afraid. But the real reason that bigotry is everywhere, the actual explanation for how bigotry has survived from the days of caves and trees to an age of suburbs and skyscrapers, is that it's so easy to do. It takes literally no skills at all. They're different! See how easy? It didn't take any thinking. It didn't require deep, sophisticated analysis. No one had to make a list of pros and cons. All that was needed were fingers to point and lungs to yell. They're different! And when it comes right down to it, it doesn't even matter what the difference actually is. Maybe they wore different clothes. Maybe they listened to strange and different music, or their hobbies are something shunned by all normal people. Maybe they have jobs that are avoided by all the sensible folks. Maybe the people being targeted might be the wrong color, or go to the wrong church, or read the wrong books. Maybe they have no church, no faith, or maybe it's because they believe in God they are hated. Maybe they have the wrong flag outside their house, or maybe it's because they don't have any flag at all. Who do they think they are anyway? Maybe they are from groups associated with crime or terrorism, or maybe they just look like those people. Or maybe they look like some other people who once upon a time hurt some third group, 100 years ago, or in another country. They look like those dead oppressors. Go get them! Ah! Bigotry is like farting. No one's offended by their own stink. Their own farts smell just perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with us. It's just those other people who are disgusting. Those other people, they're the villains. They're the oppressors. They're the offensive and the intolerant. Those other people have no right to complain, and they'll never be innocent. No amount of groveling will ever make up for what people who looked like them did in the past. That 100-year-old stink still clings to them, and no matter how hard they try or what they actually think and feel, they can never wash off that awful smell of oppressiveness that clings to them. And if they're not openly aggressive, well, then they've committed the almost invisible act of microaggression. Somehow they did something, they winked wrong, they blinked, they yawned, they didn't say something, they did say something. And for saying the wrong words or believing wrong things, we, the woke intolerant in our righteousness, can hit them, kick them, batter them, have criminals attack them on the streets. We have the right and the solemn duty to get them fired, attack their children, and chase them out of public life. Because there were once upon a time separate bathrooms and drinking fountains, because there were once separate sections at theaters and stadiums, because once upon a time children went to separate schools, we, the woke, have the right to ban those other people from public life 100%, because they look like those bad people from a long time ago. They look like them. We have the solemn duty to ban the not colored and the unvaxxed, because our new intolerant utopia cannot come about unless we exclude wrong thoughts, wrong actions, and wrong people. Amen! That sound right to you? Or do you believe that the way to correct a limp is not to cut off both legs? That the way to correct past wrongs is to not commit even more wrongs now or in the future? That blaming all the world's problems on those other people is pure evil because bigotry is always wrong, no matter who it is aimed at. We, the true believers, know that the real God does not want blood. We know that a world of peace and freedom is possible, but only where there's love. And we know that real love starts with understanding that this world was built by God, not by those scurrying about who want to act as if they were gods. Please write to me if you need to at impcalgi@protonmail.com. That's IMPCALGI at PROTONMIL.com. Ideals, mastering power, creating all life, God is.